5 years ago, I made the riskiest decision of my life. I dropped everything and I went full-time on trading. I dropped out of college. I told myself I'm gonna give myself some time to make this work. And I'm not telling you this because I think you should do this. I actually think this is probably like the dumbest thing I've ever done. But I'm telling you this because you and I really aren't any different. The only difference between me and you is that when my back was against the wall, I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I didn't do the things that most people would do in those situations, and I just kept going. And this honestly hits even crazier going 5 years from there into now, when I literally today had a $100,000 day in trading. And it's just crazy to think about how one small decision can change your entire life. Now, my story starts in 2019 when I first started to learn about trading. Just like many of you, you probably started seeing trading on social media or like TikTok or something like that. And you started getting interested in it. Why? Because you can make money online, and everybody wants to make money online because it's so easy, right? And everyone is showing you like, oh, it's such an easy thing to do. And I got caught in that, to be honest. And, but I am glad that it happened because that's how I got introduced to trading. And without all these people posting about it, I probably wouldn't even really have known about it, or maybe I would have found out later, which would have delayed my success. So I'm honestly glad I found it the way that I did. But for most people, it'll probably suck because you think that it's gonna be so easy, and then you actually fall into the reality of what trading is, and you realize for years, you're not gonna be successful, you're not gonna make a penny, you're gonna have struggles, people are gonna doubt you, and it's gonna be one of the worst things that you're gonna get into off the bat. But if you make it, it's probably the best thing that'll ever happen to you, and the best job in the world, in my opinion. Now, after I started to figure out what trading was, I dove into it a little bit, and I started trading my first year in high school and senior year. And just like everybody else, blue accounts, I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning from, these gurus that didn't really know what they were doing either, and they were trying to teach people even though they had no real knowledge of what to do. And I was getting absolutely smoked. But just like many of you, I developed a love for trading. I developed a love for looking at charts. I developed a love for being able to make money on my phone and do trading and looking at charts and doing all this stuff and studying the markets. And I was just involved in like the financial markets, and I really, really loved it. And even though I was doing absolutely terrible for the first year, I knew that there was something here, right? I knew that there was something I loved to do, and maybe, at the time I didn't know if it was gonna be something that will end up happening, but I knew that this is something I probably wanted to pursue and do. But obviously, first thing is find some success. And I couldn't buy a penny of success at first. Blew multiple accounts. I made the same mistakes over and over again, to the point where in 2020, when COVID rolled around, I actually quit trading for a little bit because I had no more capital. And when you have no more capital, what can you do? You literally have no more money to trade. Like, what are you gonna do, right? I was still trying to study the markets. I was using, stimulated account, paper trading to try to learn a little bit about it. But at a certain point, I just blew my third account, and I was like, I'm just gonna take a break. Like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So 2020 rolls around. I obviously have a little bit more free time, just like everybody, trying to find ways to make money online. I stumble upon other different businesses that you can make money in, and I started doing Amazon FBA. And I'm honestly very grateful that this is a route that I took, because it helped elevate my trading later down the line, because I started learning different skills and ways to make money. And, just like everybody, like, there was no jobs in 2020. Like, you couldn't go and do like a waiting job. You couldn't make money outside of anything outside of like the online money space. And I needed desperately to make money. Why? Because I wanted to fund my trading account. And I knew that I needed to make some money to fund that account. So I started, doing some side hustles with Amazon FBA. At the time, I was doing something called online arbitrage, which was very, very lucrative. And I actually built a pretty successful business. And it kind of showed me, like, I can do this thing, like I can make money online, and it might not be through trading right now, but I at least can do this and build a skill, and be able to actually, improve my life, and not just sit there and brain rot all day and play video games, which is what I was doing 24/7. And honestly, shout out video games, because I think it taught me a lot. And being competitive, like, in business, comes, in my opinion, from like video games and doing all that stuff outside of just business. And I think a lot of people that were like successful in sports and video games and have that competitive drive are really good at, business and even trading. Like, trading is a thing that I see a lot of people that are really good at come from other areas. But with that being said, I started to build my Amazon business, and from there, things kind of took off. I was making a good amount of money at the time. For me, like, you know, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 at some point. $10,000 was like my biggest month. I was really like escalating and getting, you know, the business going. And at the time, right, I still knew deep down, it's like, I miss trading. Even though I got absolutely destroyed for months and years, like, it's something that I wanted to do. So I started with the money that I was making from Amazon FBA to, you know, put some of that money back into my trading account, because that's what I really wanted to do. Even though at the time I was still losing money over and over again, I could see that there was something here. I could see that there's a reality. I just needed to control my emotions. I needed to better myself. I needed to be tired of making the same mistake over and over again. And the thing is, like, for me, nobody, not a single person gave me a single penny when I started. My parents didn't support me. My you know, my family thought that I was just a degenerate gambler and that I should go to school. My mom wanted me to be an engineer and, you know, take the like the standard college path and standard life path, and they all thought I was honestly crazy. But the thing is like, maybe some of you are facing the same thing. You have to prove to your parents wrong by results. You know, sometimes it's not enough to just speak and say your mind, because people won't believe you and they won't think that you're for real. You have to show them results. And that was what I was very, very focused on. Like, how can I show my parents results? And, you know, when I was making money on Amazon, that was nice. But, you know, it got to a point where I wasn't able to scale the business anymore. And it was like around 8 to 10K a month, which is really good. Don't get me wrong. At like 20 years old, coming out of high school, but I knew I could do more. Like, I knew like trading was where I can make more money, because it's pretty much uncapped. Like, you can literally make, like today I made $100,000. Like, that's fucking crazy. You can make that much money in a day. You're not really going to be able to do that in other businesses. Like, yes, there's obviously ways to do that, of course, but like trading, there's something just was there where like it was really enlightening me to do that. Now, with that being said, you know, I started getting back into trading and I was making the same mistakes over and over again. Now, when did everything actually change? This is something that everybody asks. Like, when did things actually start to click in trading? Well, first of all, I didn't give up, right? I took a break, yes, and I'm not gonna lie, I took a break multiple times because it got really tough. And I had times where I was literally sitting in my room fucking crying and I had nobody to talk to, and I was like, my life is just over. Like, I have no money, I'm losing all my money, right? Like, I don't have a skill, I don't have a job, I don't have anything, and I'm just losing money over and over again. Like, what am I gonna do? And even through all that, like, I never quit. Why? Because I knew if people out there were able to do it, if there was someone that was able to do it, all these traders that I've been studying, some of my friends, right? They've been able to make money consistently, then why can't I do it? And why can't you, right? If you're on the other side of the screen and you're watching me and you know that I'm able to make this much amount of money every single month trading, or every single year, or whatever it is, consistently, why can't you do the same thing? There's no difference between us two, right? We're all human and we have the same exact, you know, obviously some people have higher IQs, but in trading, I don't think that's what makes someone a good trader. I think what makes someone a good trader is if you're able to learn from your mistakes. And that's where everything changed for me. I didn't give up, and I was sick and tired of making the same mistake over and over again. And that's when everything actually started to click. When I said, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I actually ended up starting to change my habit, right? I ended up stopping to average down. I ended up stopping, not following my stop loss. I ended up stopping, not having rules and not having a system. And when I started to implement these things and actually chase having this is where everything changed, because my technical analysis was great. I knew exactly what to look at, what charts, you know, what stocks to buy, all this stuff. Like, I was honestly naturally pretty good at it, but I was just holding myself back. And most of you are in the exact same shoes as me. This is why I'm so passionate talking about it. It's because when you do the right things, you end up in this place in life. You have your dream car, you have literally, like, you're living in your dream location, your dream apartment, you get to travel the world, you get to do whatever you want, buy the nice things, spoil your family, and all these things that you see people online doing. It's real, it's possible, and the only way to do it is to get out of that comfort zone, to have your back against the wall and really make sure that instead of just saying you're gonna do the shit that you're gonna do, you're actually gonna come out and do here. And if you're not, and do it. And if you're not motivated watching this video, I don't know what's wrong with you, because to be honest, I was watching and I was on the other side of that screen literally 5 years ago. And I told myself, enough is enough. It's time to lock the fuck in, and it's time to actually make something out of myself and do something. And when I started to finally say that, and actually not only say it, but put in the effort to change my habits and do things differently, is when I started to see results. So from there, I was making a consistent amount of money with trading, and I would put in more money every single month into my trading account funded by Amazon. And also at the time, we were getting stimulus checks in 2020, 2021. And from there, what I would do is I would start building the account slowly, and I would stop blowing it up. And that's where everything changed, right? The blowups is probably the worst thing that can happen to you. Why? Because when you blow up an account, you're not only giving back your money, you're giving back your time, because now you have no capital to trade with, and you're not getting the market experience. And the market experience is literally what changes everything. Like, if you don't have experience, the market will teach you literally everything you have to know. But when you get out of the market for a few months because you're taking a break because you fucked up and you blew up your account, you're gonna lose so much valuable time. So when I stopped blowing my accounts, everything started to actually click, because now, yes, I was taking big losses and I was still making mistakes. And of course, it's a process. It takes so much time. But when you start to do things the right way, it's a snowball effect. And when that happens, from there, you're starting to build your account slowly. And I got to the point where I was making more money from trading than I was from the Amazon business. And I realized like Amazon was kind of holding me back to becoming a full-time trader or a better trader, because I was putting in way too much time outside of trading. And I know many of you that are watching this are like, yeah, you could just do trading and another thing and a job, and you could, and you probably could make some decent money. But if you want to really take it to the next level and make, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in trading, you're gonna have to put time in, because the thing is, you're competing with literally the smartest minds in the world. And not only are they the smartest mind in the world, they have millions of dollars behind them. Like, everybody on Wall Street has a ton of capital, and they're also literally putting their lives online. Like, they're 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours a day. Like, if you look at investment bankers, they work so much because, that's what you need to do when you're in the financial markets. So just remember, like, you want to put in as much time as you put in is as much results that you're going to get. And when I realized that, that's when I scaled back from Amazon and I basically shut down the business, even though it was doing really well, don't get me wrong, but I knew that I could be, and do better with trading. And from there, I was having 20K, 30K, 50K months. And at some point I plateaued a little bit because my account was pretty small. And I just told myself, like, I'm going all in, I'm gonna build this account up, I'm gonna add even more money. And I just kept compounding it. And out of nowhere, a $10,000 day, a $20,000 day. Now I'm making that amount of money in just one day, and six-figure months start coming around. And I remember my first six-figure month in 2024, and this is actually the year that completely changed my life, was just unfucking real. Like, making $100,000, which at the time was like my yearly salary in 1 month, open the possibilities that, like, this is fucking real. This could actually be something where I make millions of dollars, live my dream life, do whatever the fuck I want, trade from wherever I want, and continue to, do this every single day and have the freedom that I've been so badly searching for, because I knew I never wanted to work for a boss, or I never wanted to do things the traditional way, like many of you that are probably watching this video. And that's where everything really ends up, coming together for me. When I start seeing that, when you start seeing the results, like when you start getting a taste, especially of like the really big numbers, you just know that there's no going back. Like, no matter what, you have to make this work. And in 2024, again, the year that changed my life, and the reason why I say that is because I hit a few really nice trades on NVIDIA, SMCI that, helped me change my account. And I say this all the time, you just need to stay in the game long enough. Don't blow your account, right? Use rules, use risk management, actually have a system behind your trades. Stay in the market long enough, and eventually you'll catch life-changing trades, and those trades will literally change your account. And when you have an account that's big enough, you're gonna continue to compound and make more money. That's the one thing that people don't get. It's like, well, yeah, I have $1,000 and I wanna make $100,000 a month. You have to be realistic. That's not possible. But if you have $100,000, okay, now doubling your account in a month is still impressive. Like, it's crazy impressive, but it's possible, right? Or if you have $1 million account, right, you stack, and you compound, and eventually you can make more and more money. And that's something that's incredibly important to understand. And when you do that, and you have that, like, few account changing trades, that's when everything changes. And in 2024, again, that changed my life, and I had an account changing trade. And from there, more capital I had, the more I got consistent, making, $50,000 and $100,000 months. And the last 2 years, I've been able to make over $2 million both years. And this year I'm on track for a $3 million year, which is just like absolutely insane to think about. Obviously the year's not done yet, it's August, but I've had just this month 3 $100,000 days. So it started with, a $10,000 day, $50,000, $100,000, and then like now it's like consistent, which is absolutely crazy to think about. And I always say this, like with trading, it's such a snowball effect. Like you're literally putting in $1, $10, $20 when you start, and before you know it, it's like 100, 1,000, and you're not even like getting emotional anymore for these numbers because it's just something that just continues to happen over and over again. And when that happens, your brain is just kind of used to it. So like people always say, like, how the fuck do you take $100,000 loss? Well, if I'm able to make 100,000, I should be able to accept the risk of losing that, money at the end of the day. And like, it just becomes a natural thing. Like my heart's not pumping anymore. It's not beating. You're just scaling up your account, over and over again. And there's literally people that trade millions of dollars in capital, like billions sometimes, right? And what do they think, right? And if they're able to do it, why the fuck can I not get there, right? So that's how you have to think. And I really want everyone, if you're watching this video, lock in on yourself, lock in on your dreams, lock in on your passions, do the things that you have to do, and make a change and make something happen from yourself. And when you do, you're gonna thank yourself in a year, 2 years, 3 years. And it's not gonna be as easy as you think. It's gonna be hard, but if you start right now, the quicker you start, the sooner you're gonna get to where you wanna be. You can take my story and other trader stories as inspirations and start what you wanna do. And from there, all you have to do is just grind. And like I said, it's not gonna be easy. Grind, you learn from your mistakes. It's a journey, it's an experience. It's not something that just comes super, super quick out of nowhere. Don't let people fool you and tell you that that's what happens. But when you finally get it down, it's gonna be the best thing in the world. Thank you for listening to my story. If I inspired just one of you and helped you become a successful trader, then honestly, this was all worth it. Catch you guys in the next video.